Hello, everybody. Welcome back, I guess, to math. Starting today, which is Tuesday, April, what is the date today? April 14th. We're going to be doing math for credit, and it'll be all new content. So what that means is all the stuff I'm teaching from here on out will be graded, and it'll all be new content. Kind of how this is going to work is today we're doing a section of 8.3. Now, the normal 8.3 notes are 3 pages. I'm going to do 1 page of notes per day. So 8.3 is going to take us 3 days to get through. Each day you'll have a short assignment. Most of it will be posted to Google Classroom, and you will be expected to turn that in to Google Classroom. I'm expecting you to do a little bit every day. I understand that this is new to everybody and might be challenging to some people. So if you don't have Wi-Fi access on a daily basis, you need to communicate that with me so that you can still earn points. I will be putting grades into Skyward. Most days it'll just be 1 point. So like your 8.3 page 1 assignment, that'll be worth 1 point. You'll get a 1 or a 0 in Skyward. After every section, I think, or every 2 sections, kind of depends on what we're learning, we will have some sort of assessment. I'm not stupid. I understand that if I send out a quiz or a test that people are going to use their notes, and I encourage you to. So those quizzes, you are going to need to get a 3 out of 5 on to move on. Now, this is pass incomplete, so a 3 out of 5 would be a passing grade. Yeah, I'm going to type all that out just so that we're all on the same page. I'm sure I forgot a few things too, so I would refer to the kind of guidelines I post for any grades. If you have any questions, just feel free to contact me. Okay, but anyways, today we're starting with the number E. Now, the number E is called the natural base E, or the Euler number. This is pronounced Euler. He's an old, famous mathematician. And to be honest, guys, E is the uses of it, a lot of the uses at least, go beyond this class. It's used in calculus. It's used in a lot of things that we don't cover in this class, but there are a few that we do cover. First of all, it's an irrational number. And if you remember, an irrational number simply means it goes on forever and ever and ever. So it means its digits never repeat or end. Now, it's equal if there's a button on your calculator that kind of gives a value for E. Now, I understand most of us don't have calculators, and using E on the iPhone, you can, but you got to press numbers in different order. So I would just search Google whenever you need to use the calculator. If you just type in E calculator on Google, it's the first thing that pops up. Actually, I lied. It's not the first thing that pops up. If you type in E, okay, never mind. If you type in value of E on Google, sorry, this is hard. It shows up that the value is approximately 2.718. Now, if you remember back from like Algebra 1 days, we only care about the value of a number when questions say evaluate. When we evaluate something, we want a final answer. So evaluate is when we want a number answer. So when the directions to a question say evaluate the following expression, we use 2.718 for E and not the actual letter E. Now, you may be thinking, well, E, that's just a variable. It could be like X. So that's very true. When the directions say something like simplify, we treat E like a variable. So in other words, when the directions say simplify, hey, let's just treat E like it's an X. So in number 1, since it says simplify, this is essentially 56x to the 8th over 8x to the 5th. We're going to treat them the exact same way, but instead of x, I'm just going to use an E right there. Now, when we divide an expression like this, usually we just say, well, what is 56 divided by 8? Well, 56 over 8 is just 7. Now for my E's or my X's, whichever one I really want to use, which one's bigger, top or bottom? Well, the top is bigger, so 7e. How much is it bigger by? 3. 7e to the third would be your final answer for the first one. Now, the second one, I have a power raised to a power. So what I need to do, remember pow pow, I just threw up the x for multiply. Boom, boom. Mindy, shut up. Goody. Anyways, so now I have 2 to the negative 2 power. And I also have e to the negative 5x times negative 2. So I'm multiplying this times this would give me a 10x. Now you may say, oh, well, that's Sparta math right there. So how do you get rid of the negative 2 exponent? Again, that's going to go to the bottom. And your final answer is going to be e to the 10x over 2 squared. I'm going to color code that. Over 2 squared. And then you say, well, 2 squared, that's just 4. E to the 10x over 4 would be your final answer. Again, we're just treating e like it's a variable now. Just treat it like it's an x. Okay, the next one. 2e to the third times e to the fourth. Okay, so now I say, well, there's no coefficient on the second e, but there is in the first. So it's 2 times essentially 1 out there. So 2 times 1 is 2. Now, if I have x to the third times x to the fourth, that would be x to the seventh. So e to the third times e to the fourth, again, I'm adding the exponents here, would just be e to the seventh. 2e to the seventh is your final answer for number 3. Okay, number 4. Ooh, the ticket problems, those don't go away. So now we are looking for a cube root, So right away, a number should be dinging in your head. You say, oh, 125. I know that's a perfect cube. So this would be the cube root of the cube root of 125. It's 5, so I'm going to rewrite that as 5 to the third times e to the 6x power. Okay, well, the 5 is easy. Well, I need 3 tickets to get out. I have 3, so the 5 comes out one time. There's a 5 on the outside. Now, the goofy part is this, to the 6x power. Well, essentially, all I'm doing is dividing it by my 3 on the outside. So what is 6x divided by 3? Well, 6 divided by 3 is just 2. So this is going to turn out to be 5e to the, again, that's 2x. So this is 5e to the 2x power. Okay, the next two. These will be the last two for today. And then tomorrow you'll be doing the second page. That's kind of still on your screen. It's hard to zoom in and out here. It says, use your calculator to evaluate. I get this is an issue for some of you because I'm assuming not everyone has the calculators like we have in class. I'd be shocked if more than 20% of you do. Like I said, the calculator on the iPhone has an E button, but it's kind of goofy to work. You got to press numbers in weird order. So I'm going to encourage you, if you can, just use your computer and type this in. So if you want to type in 5e to the third, first of all, just go to Google. Type in google.com. That's not how you spell Google. Google.com. And in your search bar, you want to type in 5 times e to the third. So you're going to type 5. The times button is shift 8. It's a little asterisk, so it's 5 times e. Just type the letter e on your keyboard. Now, if we want to raise that to the third power, again, raising something to a power is simply caret 3. When you type in 5 times e to the third power, I'm doing that on Google right now, right along with you, 5 times e to the third power. You should get 100.43. I'm rounding it to 2 decimals. It's 0.427, so I round it up to 0.43. Okay. Next one is more or less the same thing. I'm on Google. I'm going to type in e caret negative 0.12. Okay. E caret negative 0.12. Type it right into the search bar. You should get 0.89. Okay, that's all I have for you today. I will post this video along with your assignments. Your assignments will just be a screenshot. I think it's maybe 10 problems. Again, the expectation is that you submit it right on Google Classroom. Please do not email me. Email me your homework, that is. I would get 100 emails every day, and it'd be a lot to sift through. The Google Classroom allows me to organize it a lot easier. So please, please, please do it that way. If you have questions on that, you can email me of how you can do that. I posted something, I think it was a week or two ago. It was directions on how to post using Google Classroom, how to post your homework. The due date, I am not 100% sure on it. I'm recording this on Monday, and I got to reach out to the other Algebra 2 teachers so we're all on the same page. But I'm guessing it will be by Wednesday at 3 o'clock is when this will be due. So it'll probably most likely be the next day at 3 o'clock is when all homework is due. And again, the expectation is that you're doing a little bit every day. And if that's not an option for you, you do need to reach out to me. Yeah, that's all I got for you today. Hope you have a good day, and we will see you tomorrow.